Hello, and a focused, determined welcome to you, the one who is restless for progress. Pause for a second and think. Have you ever felt that frustrating disconnect, a lack of connection or relationship between the English words you know in your head and the words that actually come out of your mouth? That gap between comprehension and articulation, the clear expression of ideas, is the silent hurdle every learner faces. Today we are sharing a powerful secret weapon to cross that hurdle: shadowing. We dive into an intense personal story, my English speaking after 30 days of shadowing. The results surprised me. I promise you a journey filled with effort, setbacks, and a shocking positive payoff. As you listen, let the bolded English phrases enter your subconscious. They are the exact sounds and rhythms that shadowing will teach you. Remember this essential truth: consistency does not demand perfection. It demands only presence. To begin our exploration of this game-changing technique, tell me, where in the world are you listening from, and what time is it on your clock? Share your location and time in the comments below. Transition. In this powerful session, you will learn the practical mechanics of the shadowing technique and see its real-world impact. You will effortlessly acquire natural rhythm, pronunciation, and flow crucial for clear English speaking. You will also absorb a profound life lesson about the exponential, rapidly increasing power of focused, short-term commitment. Storytelling begins. Our story takes us to the bustling, competitive world of a film sound design studio in Seoul, South Korea. Our protagonist is a brilliant young audio engineer named Jay. Jay could perfectly mix complex soundtracks, but when international clients visited the studio, his spoken English was a source of constant anxiety, a feeling of worry, nervousness, or unease. Jay's job required him to explain highly technical specifications, precise details about design or materials, and creative intent, the purpose or goal behind a work. He often knew the correct English words, but his mouth simply couldn't produce them with the native intonation, the rise and fall of the voice when speaking, and speed required. He felt that his speech was clunky, awkward, and heavy. He received an ultimatum, a final demand or statement. He needed to lead the next major pitch meeting for a Hollywood studio, and his English had to be flawless, without any mistakes, within 30 days. The pressure was immense. Jay realized he didn't need more grammar. He needed to rewire the physical connection between his brain and his mouth. He found the shadowing technique, the simple act of listening to a native speaker and immediately repeating or shadowing the sounds, intonation, and rhythm simultaneously. He chose a short day, a clear, professionally spoken 15-minute podcast about film production. He set his goal: 60 minutes of intensive shadowing every single day for 30 days. His first attempt was disastrous, terrible, or highly unsuccessful. His mouth couldn't keep up. The host's voice used contractions, shortened forms of words, like don't or it's, and linked words, connecting the end of one word to the beginning of the next, making the speech sound like one continuous stream. Jay's natural tendency was to pronounce every word separately, which made his speech sound robotic, like a machine. He started with simple, focused phrases, shadowing the sound first. I'm going to try and make phrase 1, a common linked phrase, this sound right. Phrase 2, correct sound. His initial feeling was intense discouragement, loss of confidence. It felt like his mouth was fighting him. He wanted to give up after just 3 days. But he remembered his commitment: 30 days. He pushed through, focusing intensely on the physicality, the physical aspects of the spoken word. The first small victory came when he successfully mimicked a fast, complex phrase about audio mixing. Jay's shadowing routine reached the crucial 2-week mark. The consistent, demanding effort was starting to create small, tangible, perceptible by touch changes. He was no longer just repeating words. He was copying the music of the English language. He noticed the connected speech. Words linking together in spoken English was becoming intuitive. When he shadowed phrases like, "It was difficult for us." Phrase 3, connected phrase to get there. Connected phrase for travel. He no longer paused between the words. The sound was smooth, like the native speakers. He also started to understand the purpose behind certain pronunciations. For instance, he learned that reducing the sound of toltut tas in phrases like, "I have to go," made the entire sentence flow naturally and quickly. His practiced phrases included, "I'm about to." Phrase 5, "I am going to start the final mix." We need to focus on phrase 7 to give attention to the core visuals. It's kind of phrase 9. It is somewhat or slightly a major project. The studio pitch meeting was fast approaching. Jay's final test of his shadowing success came when a small internal issue arose. A colleague rushed in, speaking quickly, stating that a key file was corrupted, damaged, and unusable. The colleague spoke, "Jay, the main audio track is completely corrupted. We're going to have to redo everything." It's kind of 8, a huge setback, a reversal or check in progress. In the past, Jay would have frozen, unable to process the speed and the emotional stress. But after 25 days of intense shadowing, his mouth took over. He replied instantly, using the rhythm he had practiced. "Okay, we need to focus on 6, the backup track. It was difficult for us 3 to get there 3, but we can fix it. Don't panic." The colleague didn't even notice Jay had been practicing English for a specific meeting. He only heard the clear, confident response. Jay had used his shadowing skills to handle a high-stress technical conversation using perfect flow and rhythm. He realized the technique had done its job. It bypassed his conscious translating mind and activated the automatic sound-to-speech pathway. However, the final test, the pitch meeting with the Hollywood executives, required more than just technical clarity. It required persuasion, the action or process of convincing someone, and the ability to handle unscripted, not planned in advance interruptions. Jay had to be ready for the improvisation, speaking or performing without preparation, that true conversation demands. The day of the pitch meeting arrived. The Hollywood executives were demanding, sharp, and spoke incredibly fast. Jay felt a familiar flicker of nervousness, a feeling of anxiety, but the 30 days of shadowing had built a wall of confidence. He began his presentation, describing his sound design philosophy. His voice was smooth, his intonation was dynamic, and his word linkages were perfect. He sounded less like a language learner and more like an established, native-speaking professional. One executive, skeptical of the timeline, a schedule or plan, interrupted him sharply. "Jay, how can you guarantee a formal promise that certain conditions will be met? That schedule, that seems highly improbable, very unlikely to happen." Jay didn't pause. He responded instantly, using the structure of the practice sentences he had shadowed. "It's kind of 8, a tight schedule, but I am absolutely certain." Phrase 10, completely sure, because we have already accounted for any unexpected. Phrase 11, connected phrase setback. "I am about to 5, show you the detailed breakdown." The executives were completely focused on his content, not his accent or his flow. They were listening to his ideas, not his effort. This was the ultimate confirmation. His English was no longer a barrier, it was a tool of persuasion. The most surprising result of the 30 days was not the change in his accent, but the change in his confidence. He realized that by mastering the physicality of English, he had given his mind the freedom to focus on creativity and strategy. He won the contract unanimously. The motivational takeaway is this: shadowing is not a grammar exercise. It is a neurological shortcut. If you feel stuck between knowing the rules and speaking fluently, commit to a short, intense period of 30 days of shadowing. Focus fiercely on the rhythm, stress, and connected speech. The results will surprise you, not just in how you sound, but in how freely your own thoughts flow. The secret to fast fluency is literally right behind the speaker's voice. If Jay's story has motivated you to take this 30-day pledge and transform your spoken English, please subscribe to the channel right now. Let's commit to fluency and keep shadowing together.